Good morning, everybody. Silas back again today. Got a busy one today. Got a truck coming. Looks like somebody's pulling up with a load of junk or something like that. Got all sorts of stuff going on today. I'm not sure how much I'll record today. Just kind of have to see how things go. But if I don't get enough for today, I'll record today and tomorrow, put it together, and I'll get you guys a good one. Alright, I got that load wrapped, and I had to switch back over to the GoPro real quick because my camera that I usually record with is busy uploading a video for tonight. So it won't be done for another 20-30 minutes or so, but I got some stuff to do real quick, so I figured I'd just pop out the GoPro and take care of that. What I've got to do is a guy just brought in this frame here, and this is too long to fit in the crusher. Now normally I would just take it and throw it in the dumpster and call it good, but I'm not really sending anything to those people anymore. They aren't paying enough right now. So what I'm going to do is take the Sawzall and just put a couple of little notches in it up here towards the front, and that way I can just fold it right over on top of itself. Then it'll fit right in the crusher on top of a car. And I could cut it all the way, but then I'd have two pieces to handle, so I'd rather just make a notch in it and fold it over. That way it stays together a little bit better. And there we go. That folded over perfect. It tried to take off on me one time, but I caught it and folded it on over. I didn't quite get this side over here cut all the way. I had to rip the last 1.5 inches or so because it kept binding up on the Sawzall. But I got it, and it's ready to stick in the crusher now. Well, I don't know where my truck's at, but I got to come up here and work on the crusher anyway. I noticed this gauge here was leaking a little fluid, which it looks like the rain washed it all off now, but it was leaking a little bit. I don't know what the deal is with this gauge. This gauge goes bad about once every 2.5 years or so. It just doesn't last very long. Luckily I caught it in time this time. Last time the gauge completely blew. I didn't catch it in time and it was shooting fluid everywhere. I lost about probably 2 gallons of fluid before I realized what was going on, but this time I caught it just as it started. So I want to pop that off there and run to the hydraulic store and try to buy another one. There we go. Whew, that was a tight one. I'm the one that tightened it because I replaced it last time it went bad. Got it out. I'm going to cover up the hole so it doesn't get water or dirt or nothing in it while I'm gone. And I'm going to wrap this up in plastic, take it in there, see if I can get another one. This just came in for scrap. Old truck bed trailer, probably a late 50s Ford it looks like. The trailer itself is junk, the leaf spring's broken. Not much good here, but it does have a 9-inch Ford under it. And I believe if this is in fact the 50s truck, I'm pretty sure this is late 50s, it should be a narrow, not a super narrow, but a fairly narrow 9-inch. And so these here usually do a little bit better than the other ones. So I don't have my torch out here, so I'll set this aside for now, worry about it later. And the truck is here. He's gonna set out his boards and all that, start loading them. Didn't think he was gonna make it here today, but he just called a little bit ago, said he was on the way. Alright, I am done for the day. I'm gonna head home. I'll be back tomorrow. Got a bunch more crushing to do. Got one more truck coming tomorrow, but I think my dad's gonna load it at the other yard. But I got the crusher fixed, so I'm gonna start crushing because I got more trucks coming next week. But hopefully Friday I'll be able to go back out to that farm cleanup, depending on how much it dries up between now and then, because we got a lot of rain last night and I'm not sure how muddy it is up there. But I'll let tomorrow see how much it can dry out, and then we'll go from there. This just came in for scrap. It's pretty well rusted out, piece of junk. Nothing good left on it. Pretty well stripped out inside too. So it's ready for the crusher. I'll make a video crushing it tomorrow. Don't think there's anything good in it. Just rusty junk. But I'm going to go ahead and lock everything up and head out. So I will see you guys in the morning. Alright guys, I'm back again today. Got a busy one today. Actually, it's really not like super busy, you know. It is going to be pretty busy. I'm supposed to have a guy coming in with a big load of cars here in a little bit. I thought he'd be here by now. I'm kind of shocked that he's not. But he's not here yet, and it was kind of cold this morning. I didn't have my jacket with me, and it was a little bit chilly. So I just did some stock shorting and took care of some paperwork and that sort of stuff first thing in the morning. But now I'm out here, and I want to get busy crushing some cars. Maybe, I don't know, I got a bunch of stuff to clean up, so I'm probably going to work on cleaning the ground up first, then I'll work on some cars, but I'll kind of show you guys what my short-term game plan is. So that load of cars I crushed out yesterday was right here in this area. Now that Ford truck wasn't here, but that little Reliant and this Jeep were over here up in the pile. I unstacked those so I could pull the converters off of them yesterday afternoon. But there was about 15 or 20 cars here stacked up 3 high out to about where that truck's at now. And actually a little bit further, it's probably more out where that Reliant's at. But I got all those crushed out. But I've got all this line of cars that goes all the way back there. There are three, most of them are 3 high. There's a couple that are just too high, but I want to get all those crushed out. That way I can have that road open again. And I've got a couple old trucks right here. There's this Ford cab, and there's an old 60, I think that's a 63 Dodge. Yeah, 63 Dodge and a 70 Dodge pickup. I want to take those out to my ranch and set those out of the way somewhere. And there's a few more Dodge trucks on the other side of those, which I'll take you guys over there and show you those here in just a second. But I think first, my guy's here with a load of cars, so I need to go take care of that. And here's what was in the load. He usually goes through these cars, but every now and then you can find good stuff in these things. Let's see here, what all's in here. Ooh, looks like some good stuff in this one. Got a red light. Can't get that one out, I'll have to take the cars off the top of it. Another red light, an old Craftsman Chainsaw. Looks like another old chainsaw. I don't know if they still turn or not. Yeah, it still turns. I can barely get my hand on the flywheel. There might be some more good stuff in here, but I mean, there's probably not a lot of money there, but there's probably 40, 50 bucks worth of stuff there. And see, the reason I like that type of stuff is that's the sort of stuff that I have a market for and I know I can sell. There's no speculation about it. I don't have to take forever to sell it. I can sell that stuff by yesterday, you know. One of those deals. I don't see anything good in there. Let's see here if I can get around all this mud. I'm supposed to go do that farm cleanup tomorrow, but man, this mud, I don't think it's going to dry today because it's not very warm and it's not windy. Two things that dry up mud the fastest are warm sun, obviously, and wind. Don't see anything in this truck, and both of those cars are cut up from the fire department practicing, so don't think there's anything else good, but I'll definitely dig out all the junk that's in the bed of this Chevy over here. I forget what was wrong with this van. It's from out of state. I think the head gasket blew or the transmission blew or something went bad on it. Not entirely sure what, but see, there's nope, the door's locked. We'll see if there's anything in it. Locked. I can't find the keys, so hopefully one of these doors is unlocked. Oh, driver's door's unlocked. There we go. Yeah, these doors. I noticed there's a couple boxes in the back of it, so I wanted to check those. It looks pretty clean inside, so I'm not too worried about getting hurt. Mississippi. See, I had a Mississippi plate on the back of it, but it was the new style, and I really like the new style. It has the eagle in the center instead of a guitar. I've got a bunch of these. See here, nothing in there. Let's see what's in these boxes. Looks like DVDs. Men in Black Trilogy. I don't know if there's anything in these or not. They feel empty. Nope, it's in there. Huh. Let's grab this out of here. I don't know. I don't watch movies. I don't know nothing about any of these. I have no clue. That one's still brand new in the package. Says $5. I have no clue what these movies even are. Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, it's in there. Huh. I'll see if somebody wants to buy that box. What's in here? Ooh, there's a bunch of stuff in here. Let's drag it out. I know a lot of you guys love it when I dig through the cars and find cool stuff. Unfortunately, I'm not fake, and so I don't plant stuff in the cars. If I wanted to do that, I could release a video every week. I have lots of cool stuff at home that I've found through the years that I could put back in cars. But I don't want to do that. I feel guilty doing that. I'm gonna have to put the camera down for a second so I can get this out without dropping something. So anyway, I opted to crawl inside the van, and I noticed this back here. Samsung TV. I have no clue if it's any good or not. I'll sell it cheap if somebody wants to take a chance. But I want to tip this over on the side and dig through it. Total repair. But anyway, like I was saying, and yes, I'm being very careful. I know I have bare hands. I always have bare hands. I don't like wearing gloves, but I'm being very careful what I grab. I am paying attention, don't worry. But anyway, I don't want to plant stuff in the cars and then find it, because that just doesn't feel right to do that. All sorts of shampoo and stuff in here. So I can't make these videos unless stuff happens to come in. I saw some keys. See, there's a razor. That's why I'm being careful. Where's those keys at? There they are. And so whenever a car comes in and I look in it and it has something cool, I just stop what I'm doing and I don't do anything else until I have a chance to go through the car. I don't see anything else good in here. I thought I saw a little bag. That's probably a cosmetic bag. There it is. But you never know. Sometimes you can find money. Nope, nothing good. Man, I think this is all just cosmetic stuff except for those keys. I'll throw those in my key bucket. I want to dump the whole box out and see. Alright, there was nothing else good in that box. So now I'm going to look back here, see if there's anything. I do have a customer just came in with a load of junk, but he knows where to put it, so I'll let him take care of that. I don't see anything good in here, but there might be something in the glove box because there's a bunch of stuff. I always like to check lottery tickets. Gotta get 3 of a kind. Nope, none of these won. Nope, game 2. Looks like game 2 won. What did I win? $2? See right there, there's $2. So I'll take that to the quick shop next time I go in and cash that in, make sure it's not expired. Doesn't say. I'll try it, it's worth a try. I gotta be careful what I show when I'm digging through this. I don't want to show any mail or anything like that. Oh, there's a watch. What's this? Oh, hey, nice. It's a diesel. Or diesel, however you want to say it. Some people say diesel, some people say diesel. Only the brave. That's pretty cool. I know those are high dollar new. Now, used with dead batteries and scratches, it's probably not worth a ton of money, but I bet that's still worth a little bit of money. Huh. I like diesel watches. I don't like this one per se because I don't like copper color. Yeah, it's pretty rough, but it might be 10-20 bucks there. I'll probably just give it away to somebody that likes it. Let's see if there's anything else in there. Emergency poncho. I needed that yesterday, or 2 days ago, I guess it was, that I got absolutely soaked. I'll take that, throw it in the glove box of the truck. I just bought some ponchos the other day, but they're in my other truck, so I was in this truck, and I got soaked. So I'll throw this in the glove box of this one. So not bad. Got a $2 ticket. Got a $10 or $20 watch. Got a poncho that I paid, I think, $3 for. I just noticed this. I think it's in, yeah, that was just the lid. Too bad the whole thing isn't in here. And then I got this box of DVDs. I don't have a clue if these are worth anything. But, I mean, even if they were $1 a piece, there's probably 30 of them in there. So that'd be 30 bucks. So, that's about 50 bucks. I could say safely 50 bucks worth of stuff. It looks like something in there. Let's see what it is. Pocket juice. Oh, it's a charger. It's pretty grody, so good place for it. I forgot to check in here. Whoops. Oh, money. And a tire gauge. And an auxiliary cord. Don't need that. There's a bunch of pennies. Some quarters. Looks like a stack of quarters. 1, 2, 3, 4 quarters. So there's $1. There's probably a couple dollars worth of change there. So there we go. Make sure I didn't miss anything else. Anything in this door? Nothing good. Huh. So yeah, this is a decent car. So I looked this watch up. This is about a $240 watch new is what they charge for at retail. I found a few places where you could buy it for closer to $200, brand new. But in this condition here, I'll put a battery in it. I'll take a chance. I'll go out and buy a new battery, stick in it, and if it works, I bet I could probably get about 40 bucks out of it. If it wasn't so scratched up, and that might not be scratches, that might clean up. So a little bit of work, a guy might be able to get a little bit of money out of this one. If it wasn't such an ugly rose goldish copper color, I'd keep it for myself. And got busy there for a minute. A bunch of stuff came in. I was going through this junk that came in on this load. Got an old lawn chair. Now these aren't worth a whole lot of money here. This one's a little bit tweaked, but these do sell. I've got about 30 of them already, so I need to send these down to Texas. They used to bring about 10-15 bucks a piece, so I'll send that down there, add to the other pile. Then there's a couple radiators as well, so I set those off to the side. And I stashed that van up there. I thought about doing some crushing today, and I might this afternoon. I just need to see how it goes. I thought about running out there to that farm and grabbing that boat that was by the entrance. I need to shut this door real quick while I'm thinking of it, because I will forget. But I thought about running out to that farm and grabbing that boat out of the driveway, because I know I can get it. See just how muddy it is, but as muddy as it is here still, I'm thinking it's probably going to be too muddy to do anything out there. So I'll probably just go ahead and work here today, crush some cars, and get a load of cars crushed for next week. I'm supposed to have, I think, 2 trucks on Tuesday and 1 truck on Wednesday for sure, unless more call. But I told you guys I was going to show you some of those old Dodge trucks and some of those other cars that were right there in that area, so I'm going to go do that now real quick. This truck here's got a good running Poly 318. The Poly 318 is different than the LA 318. The LA 318 is what they used from 1960, I believe 66 and newer, or something like that. 67, maybe it was 67. I don't know, I'm a little bit rusty on my knowledge right now. Something like that and up. But then the older ones like this here, I believe this is a 63 if I remember right. It's got the old Poly in it. The truck behind it, it's got the LA 318 in it, and the guy was driving it and he took the water pump off to change it. All his tools and everything were still laying there, and he wasn't feeling good, went in the house, and his health just went downhill from there, and he never got around to fixing it. But both of these still turn. This in here with some fresh gas will fire right up, and a battery. That in there, guy'd have to put it back together a little bit. But that truck there is a rust-free truck. I mean, it's very, very nice, body-wise. And so I'll probably either keep it for parts or sell it to somebody. This truck here is pretty rusty, but it is a complete truck. It's 3/4 ton. So I don't know, if somebody wanted to buy it, I'd sell it. More than likely I'm going to part it out as well. I got a few others in here. That truck there was a nice truck when I got it. Sold a lot of parts off of it back in the day when I had more time for that type of stuff. Got an old Mercury Capri. These are just super hard to find, and I just couldn't bring myself to crush it when I got it. It's got nice fenders and hood on it. Those are fairly rare and valuable, or they used to be anyway. Looks like somebody's come in here and opened the hood on that truck. I hate it when people come out here wanting to look at the cars, because they come through here and they leave doors open, they leave hoods open. It's just always a nightmare, and so that's why people think I'm rude, but really I'm not rude. I just don't want to have to deal with this, so I just don't let people in here anymore. Kind of a tip a farmer taught me one time is on these hoods, you never shut them all the way. You leave them open just a tiny bit, and you just let the safety latch catch so they don't blow open. So that's what I try to do in all the trucks I put in here, in cars and stuff like that. And that way the rats don't build a nest under the hood, supposedly. And so far it's worked for me. But yeah, this here's a little bit newer truck. That and over there, I just saved them just because I got a bunch of these Dodges. I've got one that I drive my diesel, and then I've got a couple short beds that I'm working on. Slowly as I have time anyway. So I keep them around for parts. There's a few more old cars back there. Sometime when I get this row crushed out, I'll take you guys back there and show them to you. But these are all the cars I'd like to crush out, is this whole row right here. And then what I want to do is take these 2 trucks and probably all 3 of these trucks, probably those Dodges over there. That way I can kind of keep all my stuff separate. And technically I think 2 of these trucks, I forget which 2 are ones that I bought for the junkyard, but I'm going to claim them anyway. But once I clean all this out, that over there is just solid cars all the way over to the fence in every direction. I mean, there's a ton of cars over there. I'm not too worried about those yet. But I'd like to get all this cleaned out. That way I have a big open area here to work on cars again. So I don't have to do all my processing and everything right over here out in the middle of the road. About 10 years ago, I had 2 rows of crushed cars. This was solid crushed cars right here. And then over a set was solid row of crushed cars. And there wasn't a road here then. And then back there in that corner, back behind the crusher, was solid bundles stacked 2 high. At one time I had like 70 or 80 semi-loads of cars out here. It was like a giant ocean of cars because prices were way down about 10 years ago. So I just crushed and crushed and crushed. And this place was almost an empty field. There was just a few old cars over on the far fence over there. And there was a few old cars over here in this area up against the fence that's over here. And that was it. Everything else in here was gone. It looked weird at that time. And that's when we put our scales in, was back then. Yeah, back there. From about where this 68 Thunderbird is right here up beside the crusher, from about there all the way back to the fence and all the way over to the other side of the fence, which is solid bundles of cars. Actually, I think it was more out here where this Chrysler's at. Yeah, it was all the way out here. It was almost to where you couldn't get to the crusher anymore. This is solid cars. And we sold those cars in, I think, 2012 was the year we sold them all. We sold all those plus everything else I crushed that year and sold. And so we made a boatload of money that year. And when you make a boatload of money, you have to pay a boatload of taxes. So we bought a brand new rollback. We bought a brand new loader. That's the loader I use every day. That's the one we bought that year. We bought a new used crusher. We bought a ton of stuff that year. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. I've got a ton of content recorded and I'm actually going to have to delete some of it. There's just too much to fit in one video. So I've got all those cars back there to crush still. So I'm going to go ahead and do that on the next video. So I'm going to go ahead and record that one yet today, but it'll be a separate video. So be sure to come back and check that one out. I do plan on doing some sort of scavenger hunt or treasure hunt or whatever you want to call it at some point in time to celebrate 25,000 views. Man, that semi over there is loud. He was revving his engine acting crazy. I don't know what he was doing, but I could hardly hear myself talk. But anyway, I do plan on doing that type of video. I'm not sure when it's going to happen. It'll be next week sometime. I have several cars that I've set aside that I looked inside of and I saw junk laying around in them. And the van was one of them, but I figured I'd just throw that into this one to give you guys kind of a sneak preview. But I've got a couple cars out at the ranch. They have some cool stuff looks like in them. No, I say cool stuff. I saw some chains laying on the floor mats. So if they got chains laying on the floor mats, maybe they got good stuff in them elsewhere. So sometime I'm going to do that next week. And then I've got another Gulu jump pack they sent me. I'm going to make a video with that next week. I got a bunch of stuff coming up next week. So be sure to check back and keep coming back every 2 to 3 days. I try to release a video. So if you enjoy these, hit that thumbs up button. Keep checking back. You just never know what I'm going to do next. I try to do a variety. Sometimes I'm crushing, sometimes I'm hauling, sometimes I'm doing this, sometimes that. You just never know what you're going to see out here. So please keep coming back, and thank you for subscribing. And remember to get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.